What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Now, I didn't know hedgehogs was a thing. I didn't know they were pets. I just didn't know, bro. I mean, all I grew up knowing of dogs, cats, all this other exotic stuff, you know, hamsters. Yes, I was familiar with that. Goldfish, cool. You know, those were the pets that I grew up knowing about. Even parrots. Birds, different things like that. Cool. Hedgehogs, though? Hedgehogs? Now, mind you, when I was younger, me and my brother tried to catch a bat. We tried to keep it as a pet. It didn't make it. It flew by my ear outside, hit a wall, and I went inside and got something to scoop it up with. We put it in a tank, tried to feed it, wouldn't eat, and it didn't make it. And then we found like a chipmunk outside, a little baby chipmunk, and tried to keep it, but you know what I mean? Just going out and actually saying this is gonna be a hedgehog though, I didn't know they were pets. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I had to go look it up. And they were like, yeah, they're low maintenance pets. You know what I mean? They have these sharp quills on them, but they're sharp because they have to eventually get comfortable with you or something like that. And then they start to, you know, soften up and around you, you know what I mean? But yeah, so this video here is, here's what happens when hedgehogs become pets. All right, so if you're thinking about getting a hedgehog, you might want to check this video out. All right, hit that subscribe button, join the fam, and here we go.
Imagine you have a hedgehog, but at some point you notice your pet sort of started to expand. It gets bigger and bigger, although it stays very light. And this seems weird. Well, the hedgehog can't swell, right? Turns out it can. This poor animal was found in Bude, Cornwall, and they took it to the vet right away.
Yeah, obviously something's wrong. You know what I mean? Can y'all get sick, or can you get sick from anything to do with a hedgehog? I don't know. You know what I mean? And then you never know these days, so you got to ask those type of questions. Only hedgehog I know is Sonic the Hedgehog, bro, from the video from the Sega Genesis. Like,
this poor animal was found in Bude, Cornwall, and they took it to the vet right away. At first, the staff couldn't understand why such a large hedgehog still remained very light. The animal could neither move nor curl up into a ball, and this caused it severe stress. Only the X-rays could shed light on what was happening. There was actual air inside the hedgehog. Rather not quite inside, more like around it. This incredibly rare condition is called the balloon syndrome, and may be observed in hedgehogs who suffered an injury. According to one theory, the gas is released by bacteria that ended up in a serious wound. Another says the reason is damage to the trachea. But in any case, swelling is very dangerous. If you don't drain the trapped gas in time, the hedgehog can pop, or just swell up so much that it suffocates, which is why vets in Cornwall took a syringe, a most common one, and drained the excess air from under the hedgehog's skin.
Thank goodness for the vets, man. The good ones, you know what I mean? Not all vets, but thank God for the vets, man. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have known what to do. Would y'all have known? You know? And I'm guessing since you have this as a pet, you've done your research and I guess maybe known. But they say this is kind of like rare. So imagine me waking up seeing my hedgehog looking like this, and now trying to contact a vet, get to the vet, and scared.
About 5 minutes, and the animal felt better right away. Hedgehogs suffer from this weird balloon syndrome because of their ability to curl up into a ball. Their skin's too stretchy. One can say that hedgehogs, well, have too much skin. Turns out the evolutionary gift has a serious side effect, but hedgehogs aren't the only creatures who have issues. Look at...
Maybe he just had gas. You know what I mean? When we get gas, you know, it hurts too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was just full of gas. You gotta let that stuff out. You gotta lean to the side, let that stuff out.
The musk oxen. These are huge, shaggy animals that can weigh more than 770 pounds if we're talking about the males, and charge up to 30 miles per hour. And then the male musk oxen headbutt each other. This happens during the breeding season, and they keep doing that again and again and again. A male muskox can suffer about 2,100 blows to the head over the course of its 10 to 12 year lifespan. How can you survive this and not get injured?
Exactly. Like NFL players run into each other for a living and they suffer from CTE. Like that stuff takes a toll on you over time. So I expect nothing different from an animal.
10 to 12 year lifespan. How can you survive this and not get injured? Well, you can't. When the scientists examined the brain of the musk ox, they found very specific and quite severe traumas. In fact, these are chronic traumas, which in old age can lead to a condition like dementia. Nature has given the poor oxen a really dangerous way to fight for females, and it's considered okay. Well, as long as no one dies of such injuries on the spot, it's fine from an evolutionary standpoint. The only thing that saves musk oxen is age. Males just don't live that long. Actually, wild animals almost never suffer from dementia. Their life is challenging enough, so aging usually manifests itself only on the physical level. Animals either don't live long enough to get dementia or die at the first sign of it. Pets are a different matter. Today, there are known cases of dementia in dogs and cats, but they're caused by the care the owners give their pets, thus prolonging their lives. Perhaps if someone cared for the musk oxen like that, they would also live long enough. But back to male animals. I think that sometimes evolution holds a grudge against them. Take wasps and bees, for example. Only females have stingers. And this is sort of the natural state of things. At the very beginning of their history, many species of these insects laid eggs inside various stuff, and they needed an organ that would help in this difficult task. So evolution gave the bees and wasps stingers. But the males didn't lay eggs, so they weren't entitled to get any stingers. As for the fact that the poor males ended up completely defenseless, well, it's their problem. The males tried to solve it. They pretend they're going to sting, curling their abdomen around, but they can't do any harm. Judging by the fact that bees and wasps are still not extinct, this silly deception works great from the evolutionary standpoint. While we're on the subject of insects, we should mention ants. It had seemed that they have existed on the planet for so long and are so widely spread they simply can't have problems with evolution. But this is only at first glance. Ordinary ants live very little, as in general most other social insects. However, the ant queens found a way to bend the rules. They can live for years or even decades, while worker ants, which have never laid a single egg in their lives, die in a few months. This is actually the best case scenario. They could end up as someone's lunch even earlier. Moreover, such a difference in lifespan can't be explained by their genes. Most likely, the reason lies in nutrition and care.
I don't know why I thought ants would live a lot longer than that, more than just months like that. I never thought about that, bro. Learn something new every day.
Explained by their genes. Most likely, the reason lies in nutrition and care. The ant queen, just like the queen bee and the termite queen, always get the best care, best food, and protection. Of course, in conditions like that, you can live at least 10 years. Would ordinary ants live longer if they took care of themselves and not of their queen?
I was just thinking that. My life expectancy, yours is maybe a decade. Mine, a few months. Why you know what I mean? And I guess that's just how they're wired. That's how nature designed them. But that just sucks for the ants. Look at me sitting here vouching for ants. I never thought I would be sitting here making a case for ants. You know what I'm saying? But I am. We're here. So let's deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just messed up, bro. I am taking care of you. You live in this lavish ant lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here doing all the work, grinding out here, slaving, bringing back stuff for you. And my time is steady ticking. Like, my time is on steroids. And you just chilling. Probably in the ant AC. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling that at all.
Would ordinary ants live longer if they took care of themselves and not of their queen? I think so. But they give up longevity for the good of the colony. Quite selfless of them. However, don't think that queens necessarily have a life like in paradise. A termite queen, for example, produces an egg every 3 seconds for 15 years. Non-stop. That's about 30,000 eggs per day. Her body distends. What starts off as being the length of a small coin extends to be about the size of a human index finger.
And here these ladies is whining and complaining about 9 months. Huh? You heard that stat? Huh? Listen to that stat. How often?
Egg every 3 seconds for 15 years.
Every 3 seconds for 15 years. Wait till I tell Queen that stat right there, bro. I want to hear you playing about no 9 months. Try every 3 seconds.
Non-stop. That's about 30,000 eggs per day. Her body distends. What starts off as being the length of a small coin extends to be about the size of a human index finger. The termite queen also spends her entire life underground without any sunlight. Being so large, she can't even move. If you think about it, is she really a queen? Or is she just a prisoner doomed to a long life? This is how nature works. It gives the animal some kind of perk, then it always takes something away or creates a bunch of problems. Sharks actually drown in fresh water. I'm not even kidding. Only 5% of elasmobranchs, that is sharks and rays, can survive in fresh water. Fresh water dehydrates them, dulls their senses, and compromises their ability to reproduce. Sharks must store salt inside their bodies. Without it, their cells will collapse, resulting in death. But the strangest thing about that is that freshwater makes sharks drown. Due to the loss of buoyancy, the shark has to spend about 50% more energy on lift, which is really a lot. Of course, they can also grow a huge liver like other freshwater species, but then the body would become less agile and the shark would no longer be such a good hunter. In short, it makes more sense for it to just stay in salt water and not change its habitat. That's actually a good thing for humans. When you don't have to fear encountering a shark in the river, you somehow feel safer. The thing is, there's also a bull shark which doesn't care about the salinity of the water. If this shark wants to swim out of the sea and go up the river, it's going to do it. The bull shark's also a damn aggressive creature that probably most often attacks people. No, seriously. We're lucky the rest of the sharks stay away from her.
Perfect name for him. Oh, bull shark. Oh, bull-headed shark. Perfect name for him. He don't care. What? Freshwater? I don't mind. If I want it, I'm taking it.
Rivers. Though sharks are lucky compared to, say, antechinuses, these little predators practice mating to death. And yes, it happens exactly as you thought. Antechinuses have a very frantic mating season. Breeding bouts can last from 12 to 14 hours. Each male will try to mate with as many females as he can. As a result, his body simply can't take it and disintegrates.
Bro, nature is cruel. Are you kidding me? That's the way you want to go. You got to go out like that? That's crazy. And I know some people like, yeah, well, if I had to go, this is the way I want to go. Nah, man, that ain't right, bro. Like, no. The population of whatever that thing is called would stop with me. It would stop, fam. Why am I killing myself to... Nah, that greater good stuff, it ain't working here.
As a result, his body simply can't take it and disintegrates. A couple of weeks after mating, males die after living on average for only 11 months, while females live 2 to 3 years. Listen, seems like males are unlucky again. From the evolutionary standpoint, this is also fine. Was mating a success? Good. Geckos land headfirst into a tree? Welcome.
He don't even stick around long enough to know if the mating session was a success. Like, he's gone. He don't even get to see the fruits of his labor. Literally.
They reproduce? It's fine then. Imagine slamming your head into a wall at a Lamborghini's top speed. This is what geckos feel like when they move through the trees. This is not their intention to smash against something hard. It's actually a way to cushion the landing. To Steve, that gecko's behavior looks like rolling that parkour guys and other movie characters do when they land. This is needed to dampen the impact and avoid injury. Do geckos know about the existence of parkour? I doubt that. But they have to smash their heads into trees because evolution has decided this is a cool way to land. It's sort of a defense mechanism, and not the worst version of it. The hairy frog is the creature that evolution treated unfairly. It has no claws because it's a frog. But if it ever needs them, the poor amphibian breaks its own bones so they can come out of the frog's toes. This is its weapon in case of danger. Compared to the hairy frog, Wolverine is actually lucky. Even though they look a bit alike. I mean, the sideburns? I don't know what growing claws feels like and how painful it is, but I don't think the frog appreciates it. Just like how vultures don't appreciate wind turbines. It'd seem that vultures have the sharpest eyesight among animals, but they're the ones who most often crash into wind turbines and power lines.
So why is he flying through it? Like he act like he just don't care about his life at that point. He just circling through it, just waiting on it to hit him. Hey, that ain't the smartest thing to do.
Vultures can see their prey far below, but they can't spot wind turbines. I mean, they literally can't see them. Turns out these birds have large blind spots above and below their heads, and since they hold their heads at a downward angle when they fly, they're blind to everything that's directly in front of them, even an obstacle this big. So people have already found a solution to this issue, and quite a surprising one. Not because of the vultures. Other birds also crash into wind turbines quite often, and something had to be done about it. As an experiment, they painted one blade of a wind turbine black, and bird fatalities dropped by 72%. For some reason, it worked especially well for white-tailed eagles. So far, this is, of course, just a small experiment. We need to collect more data to understand whether black blades are really that effective. But here's a fact for you. As an alternative solution, there are systems that can monitor wind farms using cameras or radar. When they detect a bird approaching, they slow down or completely stop the turbines. But if you slow down the turbines every time a bird is inbound, it'll cost a damn lot. Though how we shall help birds that can't see in the fog is not yet very clear. Yes, over so many years, evolution still hasn't fixed this bug. It happens in a terrifyingly simple way. Birds fly away from sunny areas. On the way, they fly into the fog over the sea and become completely disoriented. They fly until they're exhausted and fall into the water. They die by the hundreds. Moreover, without fog, most birds would never fly over the ocean. They usually stay above the ground and constantly look down. Strangely enough, evolution hasn't come up with a solution to that. Though after all the animal problems I've mentioned today, what else can you expect from it? See you later.
Wow. I feel sorry for the ants, hedgehogs. Like, it's a lot of things that you just don't know that you learn about different species and animals and stuff like that, man. You know what I mean? And it's very, very intriguing to me just to gather that information, man. I don't know. I'm just drawn to it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody who has a hedgehog, and you wake up one morning and he's swollen, looking like a balloon, call your vet. You need to go there and get that air suctioned out of him quickly. You know, don't try to do it yourself. Take him to the vet and properly get him seen about. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that may have happened to some people. They didn't know what to do, man. You know what I mean? Always call your vet, though. Always call your vet. Yeah. But y'all get at me in the comment section, man. And leave a like if you want to see more videos just like these. Very informative. All right? It's your boy L. Stick around and stay tuned. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.